Hey guys, Kevin, Muddy River Tactical. Welcome back to the range. We're out here today with another new pistol. We just got holsters on the website for this pistol. So the Kimber Mako originally came out and I personally liked it. It just never seemed to really catch on a ton because I think it's because it's not available in a lot of places. Most of the gun shops and stuff I go to don't have them there. So people never really got a chance to handle it much and really know what they're dealing with. So this new Kimber is it's a Mako R7 as well, but it's a carbon compact. So you would think when they say a Mako, it'd be the same, but it's not the same at all. This is more of a full-size pistol. It's got a 3.9-inch barrel. It's got a lot different grip texture to it, flared magwell. It's optic ready. It comes in many configurations. They got threaded barrel ones, optic ready. I think there's even a non-optic one, I believe. They have it that comes with the optic on it from the factory. Just a lot of different options to this pistol. But when I opened it, I was kind of surprised because my thought when I said the Mako, I figured it'd just be kind of like the Mako with different longer grip or something like we were talking about on the Canic video the other day. But it's literally a whole different pistol. It's not even the same. So the first thoughts, if you look at it, and it's more on this side, but if you look, what throws most people off is the ejection port totally out the side. It's not on the top. They do that so it doesn't snag. And I personally like it for a couple reasons, but mostly because if you're gonna run an optic, it's putting all the gas out that way instead of out the top as much, which should keep the lens on your optic cleaner. But a lot of people and a couple guys in the shop even said it looked like High Point and something had a baby or something, which I like the look of it, but I see what they're saying. It's one of those things that just looks different enough from anything else on the market that it throws you off. And like High Point and Kel-Tec and stuff has always been known to be kind of a little bit different. This kind of fits that same category. With that said though, I personally like it a lot. The grip texture, you can look how aggressive this undercut is here and all the texturing they have on under in front of the trigger all the way up here where I'm always complaining about. It's a really great feeling gun and has texture in all the right spots in my opinion, and you get a full grip on it. Being a 3.9-inch barrel and a full grip, it should shoot like a full-size pistol. We haven't shot, but we'll see. The other thing is, with me being a left-handed shooter, I always look for how easy is it for a left-handed shooter to shoot the pistols, and this is fully ambi on both. You can see the mag release is on both sides, the slide bar release is on both sides, and it's just a great pistol for whether you're right or left-handed. So we'll go in a couple of the other things they did here. The trigger is different than the original Mako, which we'll look at in a minute. It's got the flared magwell. First thing I noticed about this is when you just set this in there, if you look at that mag, it's flush with that magwell. I personally don't like that because if you go to load a mag like that, your hand kind of hits on the outside where it never really bumps it into the gun like a normal mag would be. So generally speaking, when I run magwells, I like the mag to be a little longer on the bottom, but we'll see if that causes an issue long term. But it's just something to note there. It's literally flush, so you don't get that kind of pop into the gun that you'd get in a normal pistol per se. If you look at the regular sights on it, it's got very good night sights from the get-go. So if you're not gonna run an optic, that's not gonna be a problem at all. It's got the front rail on it so you can run any lights or lasers of your choice, which we will have some different lights in our light bearing holsters for this pistol. And then the trigger, we'll look at the trigger real quick. So it's got the trigger safety and that's just a flat trigger. And they call this their, I think it's, I'll look, but it's like their carry trigger. It's, the take up is kind of weird. Like the take up is there and then the brake's kind of mushy. It's kind of weird to have it doesn't have a definite wall feeling to me, but the reset's good. And then it's, like I said, the wall's there, but it's got some give before it shoots. So it's like kind of almost a mushy wall, if that makes sense. We'll see when you're shooting it. It's hard to judge, you know, from a carry pistol. It's really, you know, triggers are a very arguable thing. You don't want a super light trigger, but you don't want a hard trigger. You know, it's just kind of personal preference rolls into that. As far as the mags go, it comes with two 15-round magazines, and then it also comes with the box, obviously, but in the box you get a range bag, which is cool, so you can put your extra mags and stuff in there. And I think that's about all that's in here. But, well, let's see what's in the front. Yeah, your different back straps so you can change your grip. and then sticker, and then the lock. So there's not a lot in there, but coming with a range bag is cool because, you know, the guns that just come in boxes, and you don't really want to just carry a box to the range. You can put all your stuff and buy extra mags and put it all in there and be good to go. So the trigger, or not the trigger, holster wise, we already made holsters. This is a Kydex holster. Literally, it was shipping out today, so I just grabbed it to bring it to the range. So we got Kydex holsters for it, all good to go, optic ready. You know, if you get one with a threaded barrel, it's open enough, the threaded barrel can go through, not a problem at all. Any optic of your choice, you're good to go there. So like I said, I'm gonna load these couple mags. The main thing that really caught me is just the undercuts and how much texture and different things that has on it, which some people like and some people don't. But what it really reminds me of, if you look at a lot of these pistols, the SIGs included, ISI Masada and a bunch of those different ones, there's aftermarket grip modules that you can buy for those pistols, and a lot of times it has that same type of look as that Kimber does right there. So it's just kind of personal preference. We'll see how it shoots, but as of right now, I'm a huge fan of how it feels, and that undercut really makes it sit in your hand well. The other thing is on the, and I'll look at it here in a minute, the grip module there, they say it's carbon fiber infused. So they're supposed to be way stronger. So if it is, that's cool too. It's just they did something different to it. And like I said, it does have a different look overall to the pistol, but I'm kind of a fan of it. I'm all about change and making things better in the market, but it's just something different that people aren't used to seeing, so it just has a different look. The MSRP on this gun is $735, so I'm guessing you're gonna see them on the market for $649-ish, something like that. And obviously on some of the discount online shops, you can probably find deals on them at different points, but that also depends on which model you get. This one is optic ready, but didn't come with the optic and does not have the threaded barrel, so the price on those other ones is probably a little bit higher there. Let me grab my earphones real quick. Losing all my stuff. I apologize, it's kind of windy out today, so I apologize if the audio is not the absolute best. As always, we're shooting the Blazer Brass 115 9mm full metal jacket. We've had good luck with it, so we'll see how it runs here. Shoots very good. The recoil's better than what I anticipated it would be, but I think a lot of it's that undercut there and then the high grip, that you just get a good grip on the gun and allows it to balance way better. So far, so good. I really like the grip and the texture there. It's almost even, shooting it, it's almost even better than what it feels just holding it. Get these mags out of my pocket. So the trigger, as you're shooting it, doesn't feel terrible, but it's a little bit different. There's not that definite defined wall on it. So maybe it's just one of those, you can see the creep there between wall and creep. It's just, I don't know, it's just kind of weird. The reset, and it's got that creep to it. Still very shootable. It's not the best trigger in my opinion. And like I said, the more you shoot it, you may get used to it and not be an issue. The texture up here is absolutely amazing in my opinion. The texture they've done very well, and it's almost got a little shelf there. If you zoom in right there, you'll see it's got almost a little shelf. So the way your thumb hits right there, it's not like a gas pedal. All these guys put gas pedals on concealed carry pistols, and I'm not a fan of, because it just makes your whole holster and pistol and everything wider. This is kind of like a mini gas pedal built in without adding the width with the texture there, so I think it makes a lot of sense. The sights are very good. If I was going to run this, I'd definitely run an optic. I didn't have any issues just loading the mags like that, so that may not be a huge issue. And also when I was playing with it first, it was without rounds ever being in it and it not being broke in at all, so that may take care of itself as well. But just something to note there. If this was either a little bit longer on the mag or a little bit shorter on the flared part, I think it would be a little bit better. But that would overall be my only critique, is that, and then the trigger is marginal if you ask me. But everything else feels great. I'm a huge fan. This gun to me just has the look of like somebody put money into aftermarket grip module or something like that from a stock form, and at 650 bucks, it seems like a deal to me if it stays reliable, which we are going to shoot this some more and we may not do a 1,000-round review, but maybe like a 500 or something, because I want to run it with an optic to see about the gas, if my theory about the gas coming out the side does keep that lens clean. Because I've had issues on some of my pistols, not a huge issue, but the guns I shoot a lot, where your lens on your optic gets kind of dirty over some time, and it kind of bugs me, so we'll see. But overall, the features, grip, everything on this seems like a winner to me. I really think they've made a great gun. Hopefully these carbon compacts will show up in more of your local gun shops and different places like that, where you guys can get your hands on them as well. Because like in our area at least, if you go to any of the gun shops, you're not going to see this gun on the shelf. So that's kind of, I think, why we don't sell a ton of holsters for them, is just because the availability is kind of different. Most people think of Kimber, they think of 1911 45s, which is the natural thing to think, or Kimber Micro 9, you know, the higher dollar 1911 style pistols. So this being a polymer, it's just not what you would expect to see out of Kimber, so I think it just throws some people off. But I think they've done a good job. If you guys have one of these, or even their original Mako, let me know your comments below. We've shot and done a video on their original Mako, but I didn't shoot a ton of rounds through it. Let me know how you've done reliability-wise, how it's worked, how you like it, and maybe what you like and don't like about what they've done to this new pistol. And also you can kind of let us know if you're like the guys in the shop that think it's kind of like a High Point that had a baby with something. But either way, I'm a fan of it so far. I think it's a cool looking gun, and for the purposes they've done it, I think it's for the right reasons, even though it kind of looks different than what you're used to. So like I said, if you need any holsters, these are on our website for all of our Kydex holsters. You can get any of them, muddyrivertactical.com. If you have any questions about our holsters, this pistol, any other pistols, we're always here to help. Reach out to us at support@muddyrivertactical.com. We want to help you along your journey, even if it's not holster related. You know, we're a holster company, but we're here to help you guys, which is why we do these videos and kind of give you the good, bad, or what we think about some of these guns that you may or may not know about. So as always, we appreciate you guys joining us. And until next time, keep practicing and always be prepared.